चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. To begin this auspicious session, let us invoke the divine presence through the traditional lamp lighting ceremony, symbolizing the dispelling of darkness and ushering it in the knowledge. So I invite our guest, His Grace Radheshyamdas is a gold medalist from IIT Bombay who left a successful corporate career to dedicate his life to inspiring youth. He is the founder and director of Voice, Vedic Oasis for Inspiration, Culture and Education, and president of ISKCON Pune, leading over 6,000 members. Over the past 3 decades, he has delivered impactful sessions at leading institutions, including MIT, Stanford, Caltech, UC Berkeley, and IITs across India, as well as global companies such as Microsoft, Amazon, Infosys, and Bank of America. He is the recipient of the Global Excellence Award and Jeev Goswami Award for Youth Education. He is the author of popular youth books like Stress to Smile, the 5-volume Essence of Gita, and the creator of the widely acclaimed Discover Yourself course. It is a rare honor to have him here at IIT Ropar, speaking to us on how we can build inner clarity, resilience, and wisdom in today's turbulent world. So, without further ado, I now invite Prabhuji to kindly take the dais and enlighten us with your words. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Connected, it's coming now. Yes. Huh? Yeah, I can just move it. It can be here, I think, no problem. I can just. If you say next, you can move it. You can sit here.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, good. That's good. Yeah. This is available. That's one. Okay, good. Thank you. Acha, shall we go? Should I thank anyone in the beginning?
Director, IKS department, that's fine, and faculties. IKS department and faculty.
Hello. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuhunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Right at the outset, I invoke the blessings of Lord Sri Krishna upon all of you students here, so that this seminar may be of some use to you in your practical life and benefit you especially at the hour of need when you have to make right choices in life. And I also thank the director of IIT and IKS department and all the faculties involved in organizing this event. Very kind of you for giving me an opportunity. And Shadbhuj Prabhu is one of my very good friends. I am actually passing through Chandigarh and he invited me for this event. I thank him also. It's very important for us to know that we are not puppets of destiny. Rather, every one of you at every moment you have an opportunity to make a choice. In Bhagavad Gita, end of Gita, Lord Krishna completed the whole Bhagavad Gita, 18 chapters. And do you know what he told Arjuna? Yate ichchasi tata kuru, he said. Yata ichchasi tata kuru, which means, now Arjuna, do as you wish, he told him. Which means, after having all the knowledge, ultimately you all have to make your choice in your life. And your choice is going to carve your destiny. So you are the one who carves your destiny. You are not a puppet of destiny. Krishna makes it very clear in Bhagavad Gita. Because we cannot blame the destiny or fate for all the mishaps in our life. Rather, we are creating destiny. For example, a lotus, you see, have you ever seen a lotus? Although lotus is born in a muddy pool of water, it's called as panka ja. Panka means mud, ja means born. Panka ja means it is born from the mud. But if a lotus takes a U-turn and goes into the mud and lamenting, alas, I am born in the mud, therefore I am muddy. That is foolishness. But you will always see the lotus never goes down, it goes up, drawing energy from the sun, light from the sun, and blossoming, creating a powerful fragrance and producing honey, and very beautiful to look at. It's national flower too. So you will find, similarly, every one of you have an opportunity to not go down but go up like that lotus flower. And you can blossom in your life, making the right choices in life. See, I am right now 56 years of age. Last 30 years I am a monk traveling like this and preaching. So one of my goals in life is to see that the youths make a right choice, and the choices that will make them happy and blossom in life, rather than the choices which will hurt them. So that's why I chose this topic for today. You can watch this one short video clip. So, you all made an observation. I'll ask you some questions now. So, what are some of the right choices the man on the right side did? You can tell me? There are about 10 things at least. You can just say one each. Different students can say, okay? Yes? Any one right choice you observed? I am not going to ask you wrong choices because anyway, many people make wrong choices in this world. Plenty of people. But we want to learn what are the right choices you made. Yes? Any of you? Yes? He was eating fruits instead of eating junk food. Okay. Then? Anyone else? Correct? That's correct. What else you observed? Yes? Consistency, doing gym every day. He was doing exercise, having a healthy body. Other fellow was kicking away the gym, right? Yeah. Thank you. And then? Yes?
Doing yoga for mental peace.
Doing yoga for mental peace daily. He didn't neglect it. Thank you.
He took the workload easily and grew.
Actually the workload was a lot, but every day, like watermelon, you don't eat it totally. You just slice it and eat it. So every day he was slicing a little work, and you saw his to-do list, getting completed. And done. So many things were done. And I also observed in one of the slides, below his table, a lot of coins were there. Did any of you observe that? Is another fellow had a table littered around with so many dirty things. Correct, no? Good. And then? Yes? Yeah? What was the point?
Prioritizing the right.
Yeah? What?
Prioritizing the right.
Priorities, yeah. You're prioritizing the right things, not neglecting them, correct?
Krishna for me, same point. Prioritizing the things and saying no to unwanted.
Saying no to unwanted things. Thank you. Anything else? Observe? Yes? He went early to bed and early to rise. Correct. The other fellow was sleeping too late. Yeah. Okay.
He was doing his work while also enjoying his life.
He says that he knew how to enjoy life besides not neglecting the work. Like if you saw him, whenever his friends called him to party, you didn't see him sitting down. He went and stood there, hi, hello, he suddenly went away. But the other fellow was sitting and spending too much time. You saw that? He was throwing bottle after bottle down. You saw that? Yeah. He got just carried away by the current of so many other activities. Yeah. And while this fellow was attending to the work, the other fellow was, I think, was it Facebook or YouTube? What was he watching? Facebook, yeah. I think Facebook was watching. And while going in the car, while fighting the traffic, what was he doing? One fellow, he was reading audiobooks and he completed 18 chapters of Gita. Then he went to the next book. Whereas the other fellow, what was he doing? He was hearing extra bad news. He was shocked, isn't it? I think he was going to radio, I think, is it? He was clicking the radio and he was hearing. See, you get a lot of breaking news which breaks your head, but they have no solution. On the other hand, you read some meaningful books which give you, first of all, you need solution for your own problems. Around you, there are many more problems. So, this fellow was very intelligent to choose to hear some book which will add value to his life, while the other fellow was hearing extra bad news and he was breaking his head. Anything else I left out? Anything else? He is saying even small changes you make, it makes big difference. What he means to say is, You see, 3 times or 4 times they repeated it. Why? Because when you take a small direction, you want to land in Israel, if an aeroplane takes 2-degree deviation, it goes to Moscow. It doesn't go to Israel. That means small decision you make now, it can lead to large differences. One example I will tell you. In 1999, Ratan Tata found, that his business is going down and he will have to sell off. So he was looking for a good customer. So later on, the Ford was considering to buy off our Ratan Tata's company, automobile company. So at that time, some of the group of engineers who were coming for the deal, they sort of joked or they sort of sarcastically spoke to Ratan Tata that, you see, you don't know how to make a car or something like that. He said, wait a minute, I will reconsider to sell or not, he said. And it was 1999. Then 2009, in those 10 years, he made the business take a upward direction and go up to such a degree that Jaguar he brought from Ford. He bought it. He just reversed the whole trend. One small decision he changed, you see. So that's what he was telling now. One small decision you make that can lead to large scale difference in future. That's the serious matter it is. So today we are talking about the making of the right choices, you see. When you all first got your smartphone, I am sure you must have thought that it is a good friend and servant. It is going to help you. But slowly your so-called servant made you a slave many times. How do you know we are becoming slaves of smartphone? You will see that rather than smartphone serving you, the smartphone is dragging you. Many times scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Scrolling becomes a habit. Even at the late night one is scrolling. So I am not going to dictate anything to you. You can yourself check how much you are able to control your mind and senses to utilize smartphone for your advantage. Or you are going to become a slave of it. Like look at this girl. She is able to say no to smartphone during exams. And this fellow, how many phones he has? 2 or how many? 3. One more in the ear also hanging. You see. So maybe he'll get one more for the other ear also, I think, soon. Isn't it? So there are many people like this. You see. See, when we make a choice, if you ask a child what do you wish to do, he will say this is what he wants to do. Just keep playing all day. But when mom catches him and says, but I have to study now. He doesn't like to study, but you know very well, if this fellow needs a good future, he has to study. Although he likes to play all day. You see. Similarly, we can gradually become addicted to smartphone. How do we know we got addicted? As soon as you get up in the morning, even before washing the mouth, you go to the phone and you want to see, are there any updates or something? That's a sign that you are getting addicted. You see, somebody is watching smartphone all night, next day is falling asleep in the class. See, this fellow fell asleep, the professor is clapping hands, he is also clapping hands in semi-state of sleep. Others are having a good fun, you look around. See? So, yes, you can eat for taste or you can eat for health. Actually, if you are going to eat for taste, it's very delightful for the tongue, but not healthy for the body. Gradually, one gets obesity. Body is growing in all 4 directions, without any control, isn't it? And then one finds it very difficult to reduce the weight after that. So, now it's just the starting of the semester, I believe, for many of you. Now, mind always says that, oh, it's just the beginning. You don't have to study now. There is ample of time for the examinations, whatever. But then we get into entertainment, we get into so many clubs, we do so many activities. But then the exam comes, one realizes, I'm a fool. A lot of books are dumped. It becomes a big weight on the head the last minute, you see. So those who enjoy in the early stage, they suffer later. Those who are willing to pay the price of doing hard work in the early stage, they enjoy later. You will see that. Like you see, snooze alarm, sleep in bed warm, you see. But college is on, but its attendance is gone, see. Some people keep awake till 4 o'clock in the morning and they get up at 12 o'clock, isn't it? So, we need a friend like this to wake us up, you see. But for that we have to sleep early also. And those people who keep awake like that, they sleep all day also in the sofa like this. Actually, if you sleep early, you can rise early like this very quickly. It's a good habit. You see, although gossiping is fun, but in the long run it is no good. You see, if you listen more, talk less, you save time, you get good rest. So, Lord Krishna also in the beginning of the Gita, he doesn't speak anything. One full chapter, Arjuna went on blabbering and Krishna went on hearing. Okay, go on saying whatever you want. After hearing, in the second chapter of the Gita, when Arjuna surrendered to Krishna and said, please instruct me, I am your disciple. When Arjuna hired Krishna, then Krishna spoke up. Krishna did not put himself as a self-appointed advisor. When he was invited to speak, then only he spoke. So, those who gossip about others, they are simply people who waste their time, waste others' time also, purposelessly. But those who listen well and speak in a measured way, they save a lot of time. See what Einstein is saying. He's saying what is right is not always popular, he says. And what is popular is not always right. Most of the popular things are not good for us in this world. So, therefore, when we talk about making choices, we need two things: wisdom and willpower. Wisdom means ability to discriminate between what is good for me, what is bad for me, what is of short-term benefit, what is long-term benefit, what is the smaller picture, what is the larger picture, what to pick, what to drop. That ability to discern, discriminate is called as wisdom. And the other one, willpower, is what? Willpower means the ability to stick to the right choice, though it is difficult to do. So now you have got some idea about good choices and bad choices till now. I showed you, you all have to make choice about your academics, about your career. You have to make choices while getting a life partner. Similarly, you have to make choices while switching over jobs. So, what to speak of these larger headings in life, even the smaller things. For example, say you have finished your lunch. Should I take one more chapati or not? You are not very sure. Should you eat or not? What do you think? Should we take one more or not when you are doubtful? No, one should not take. Actually, you don't need more. When you are doubtful, your stomach is already full. According to Ayurveda, you just eat only 50% and 25% water, other 25% for the air. So even though you are slightly doubtful, when you are doubtful, don't eat it. Similarly, one day you finished your morning breakfast, you are about to leave for the college, you are feeling something in the belly. So should you better go to washroom or not go? When you are feeling some pressure in the belly. How many of you say we should go to the washroom? Okay. How many of you say we shouldn't go? Okay, if you don't go, then on the way you will get problem. Correct now? So, that is why in Ayurveda it said when you are feeling a pressure of urine or stool, one should not hold it, one should go immediately. And when one wants to eat or one doesn't know whether one should eat more or not, one should not eat. So, you can see even in everyday life, we all have so many choices to make. So, and those choices are going to bring you good or bad results.
Why does discipline equal freedom? Because the more discipline you have in your life, the more freedom you will end up with. So if you lack the discipline to exercise and eat healthy, you will end up being a slave to disease. If you lack the discipline to work hard, save your money, you will end up a slave to finances. If you lack the discipline to manage your time correctly, you will end up with no free time. If you have self-discipline, if you have the discipline to save your money and work hard and invest your money properly, if you have the discipline to manage your time correctly and not waste a bunch of time, if you have the discipline to exercise and eat healthy, you will end up with freedom. And I know it's a counterintuitive, it's contrarian, but I've seen this over and over and over again. If you want freedom in your life, you have to have discipline.
That's it. Ultimately, said the punchline. If you want freedom in life, you need to have discipline. So students don't like discipline always. They think, it is some outlandish idea to have discipline. If you very carefully observe the world around you, where there is discipline, there is order and there is success. For example, say you want to send a kite up in the sky. Do you take a blade and cut the thread and throw it in the sky? You don't do that. You hold a spool, and with the spool, you are controlling the upward movement of the kite. Slowly you release it. Then it goes up, up, up. You can go way high up to the clouds also. But if you are going to cut it with a blade and leave it, it's going to get stuck in a tree somewhere. Similarly, you will see in your garden, if you don't have a gardener to trim the plants nicely, they are going to just grow here in all directions. They will look very ugly, isn't it? In the same manner, think about everything. If there is no traffic policeman, is it all right that anybody can be allowed to go in any direction? What do you think will happen? If all the cars, buses, scooters, everybody goes in all directions, let us have freedom, no discipline. What do you think will happen? Yeah? Blockages, there can be traffic jam. What else can happen? Accidents, because everybody is going in all directions. There can be accidents or jams, isn't it? That's why we have a man to regulate it. In the same manner, in your gas cylinder also, you have a, what do you call that? Regulator. Otherwise, there can be a fire accident, terrible accident. So that's a regulator. Similarly, water also, sometimes you see that, then there is a flood. Can a flood do any good? Flood can only destroy. It destroys the cattle, destroys the homes, kills people and all that. Flood is a lot of energy, but it's a destructive energy. It's not a useful energy. But if you put a dam, just like your parents, your teachers and God, they are like the dam in three directions. I am sure many of you must have faced some restrictions from your parents in the early part of life. And many of your teachers may put some restrictions for you. And God also says, don't do this, don't do that in the scriptures. So these appear like restrictions for you, but this discipline makes your flood-like energy, passion, into a dam. And therefore we call it as a bard versus band, we call it. Bard means flood, band means dam. So when you have a dam, it's also full of energy, but it is a potential energy and stored energy. It can be used whenever you want. You can open the, this thing, and then you can allow the water to be used for irrigation. So you want your energy to be like a dam or like a flood? Tell me. Like a dam. We want to know how to conserve our energies and how to use them in a fruitful manner and not to squander them unnecessarily. That's why this fellow is saying like this. He's saying that, if you want freedom in life, you need to have discipline. It's very meaningful, it is. Everybody in the world across the globe, they are realizing this point, that if we cultivate the discipline, we will eventually be able to do great things in life. You see this picture. While making decision, you have two choices, easy choice and a hard choice. See, sitting on social media, scrolling, watching porn, listening, all these things appear fun in the beginning. But as you proceed down that road, what you get is depression, self-hate and anxiety and all that in the long run. On the other hand, the initial decisions you make, like all these things, they may be hard in the beginning, but in the long run, they lead to good results. I will explain this with illustration. It will be more easy to understand in the next one. Look at this fellow. One fellow in the beginning is ready to climb hard. He is making a hard decision of climbing. But after climbing in the top, he is able to jump to the other mountain and go to the flag, you see, in the top. While the other fellow, he want to make it easy going in the beginning. And then you see him, sliding in the beginning, but later he is finding it hard to climb. Isn't it? You understand? Like I remember in my school days, in college days, in the summer vacation, we used to get the books for the next semester. So most of the students would be playing cricket in summer vacation. So me and three of my friends, we used to go through the books on our own, trying to understand what is next semester. People would laugh at us. But we found it very helpful because in the vacation time you go through the books. When you come to the college, when the teacher speaks something, it makes sense to you. Our time in the classroom is also very fruitful. And in the evening we go back and review the book. In the first 2 months, 3 months, our whole syllabus is over now. Then we get many foreign author books and we read even more than the syllabus also. Then when you go for the examination, you are very cool. See, two people are very cool when they go to exam. One who studied well, other one who has never studied at all. Who knows what's going to happen, isn't it? So that is why, if you see other right side picture, see that fellow, if you see here, you all understood the point? Correct, no? How many of you, it's very clear for you now? It's very clear? Almost half, more than half, I believe. Okay, yeah. And this is true not only for your academics, for everything in life. As we say, no pains, no gains. One interesting thing is, both the fellows are climbing up the similar type of hill, but one is making effort in the beginning, one is making effort at the end. Both are making same effort, but the one who makes effort early, he stands to gain. One who makes effort at the end is in great tension. So this is what I was telling you. Okay, so now when we want to make a decision, if my mind is stressed, then I am going to make an erratic decision. Because like we say, haste is waste. We say, when you are hasty, many times we are not able to think well. Like when I was a schoolboy, one day, my school bus came and stood just outside our home, and he was making the horn, bam, 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 he was making sound. And I was getting irritated because I wanted to put on my shoes, but my shoelace had a pig knot. You know what's a pig knot? I was not able to release it. So I just took the shoe. I thought I was beating on the table. My mom was watching, standing next to me, and she was smiling and saying, by beating it, how are you going to open it? I said, I'm very upset with this shoe. It's not opening, I said. And that fellow is, giving the horn also. She said, don't worry. Then she took the shoe. Within 10 seconds, she opened it very easily, with a cool head. So, if we are going to be stressed many times, we are going to end up with the wrong decision. So, let us see how can we make our mind calm. So, there are short-term goals in life and long-term goals in life. We need to know the difference between the two. You will be shocked to know, in 2023, in Bangalore alone, 248 youths committed suicide, only in 1 year. This came as a very big shock to all the leaders of the country. 248 youths in just 1 year in Bangalore city. So, why modern day educated youths are committing suicide? It's very painful for not only parents, for anybody to watch it, see this. They have such a great life ahead. Because these people thought that academics is the only thing in life. Like a horse has got this blinders, you know that? He cannot see anything other than the road. Like that, these people think academics is everything in my life. Academics is a small part of your life. You have many other things in life. You have life with your parents. You have life with your entertainment, your time with God, your time with your hobbies. So many other activities are there in your life. And also, even if you are not able to crack in your academics due to some reason, you can always take different directions in life. So one need not just get bogged down by that. Like one boy, recently, he lost his job. Now there are a lot of layoffs, you may be aware of it, isn't it? Of course, layoffs are also there, and there are also opportunities also. 9 million people have been laid off in IT companies, but 11 million new jobs have come in AI. It's not that you don't have a job. If somebody adds AI to their knowledge, even they may lose one job, they can get another job always. But this boy, when he was laid off, he went to his village and he just went to the terrace and he was chanting and he just thought, I'm laid off now, what can I do? Should I try for another IT company? Then he went to his father and he was talking. He came to know his father had a beautiful land available next to a college. And he saw the father had a good money also in his account. He told the father he is having a plan. He just spent about 6 months and he constructed a vertical tower, some 20 houses he constructed. Now each house is getting 20,000 rupees rent now. How much it comes to? 20 houses, 20,000 rent. 4 lakh monthly. So when he started earning 4 lakhs, he started reconsidering whether I should go to city or not. Because the college in the town, next to that he has this house left on rent. Now as a owner, he's just getting 4 lakh in his pocket. So he turned to organic farming in the village only. His father was a farmer. And now organic farming is giving him even more bigger money. Now he is looking back at his own IT job and he is laughing at the job. He is making 5 times more money than the IT job now. Why am I saying? If A plan doesn't work, there is always B plan, C plan, D plan, so many other plans in life. You don't have to get completely collapsed, like the foolish youths who commit suicide. Besides that, there's another one very important thing. Like if a little kid is going and playing in a seashore, making a sand castle or something. Sand castle is very interesting to make, but it's only one evening time in the seashore. That's not all. When the parents call the kid, "Beta, it's getting dark now, let's go home." What do you think kid will do? He just dust off the hand and go with the parents. The kid's connection with the parents is far more, long-term relation compared to the kid's connection with the seashore. Similarly, all of us are in this world. According to Lord Krishna in the Gita, he says, for the soul, this one lifetime is like one seashore. That's all. You have come here, somebody is doing engineering, somebody is doing medicine, somebody is doing chartered accountancy. The kid may be there in the seashore for 3-4 hours and somebody may be here for 50-60 years. After that, you dust off your hand, you have to go to the next destination. You leave the body and you go to the next body. So Lord says, do not take this as all in all. So understand what is short term, long term. So, you see, sometimes you are happy, sometimes you are morose, sometimes you get A grade, sometimes you get F grade. Sometimes you are confident about the subject, sometimes you are overwhelmed. Sometimes there are negative inputs from all directions. You got 4 marks in something, somebody is ridiculing you. So how do you respond to this? Sometimes you're healthy, sometimes you're sick. This is during the COVID, some businesses are nosediving. In America, one company came from 900 crores to 300 crores. So sometimes your company is skyrocketing. So sometimes your life is like time of calm. Sometimes there's time of storm, you see. So in all these situations, how do we maintain steadiness? So scientists have found out that the cognitive brain knows the good from the bad, but it goes offline when we are stressed out, it says. So the situation outside cannot be changed. You only have to change the situation inside. How are you going to respond to the external stimuli? That matters very much. Not all people respond in the same manner to the external stimuli. Say, for example, if I send 2 students to a garden, when they come back, I ask them, what did you see in the garden? One student may say, oh, garden is full of thorny bushes. Another student may come and say, oh, garden is full of fragrant roses. Now, whom do you think is right? First or second? Both are right. Both are saying the garden. But one chooses to see the roses, one chooses to see the thorny bushes, you see. So, your paradigm of life is going to cause you stress or it is going to keep you cool. So, here in this connection, in Gita, Lord Krishna is saying that if you conquer your mind, mind can be your friend. Just like I was telling about the smartphone. Smartphone can be your best friend. Like even I use internet quite a bit, for my WhatsApping messages and also for my, preparing my PPTs and everything. We all have to use because we are all living in this age and we need these tools. But we should know, like a deer goes to drink water. Near the same water body, there is a bush where tiger is standing. The deer should know how to drink water and run away without getting caught by the tiger. Like that, you should know how to use the internet to your advantage and not get, captured by it and, made a slave by it. That's the thing. For that you need willpower. For that we need the control of the mind. How do we do that? Our mind is like a monkey, hopping and jumping. So how do we control it? So let us see about this. See, the mind has two sides, you see. One is the white and the red one. The white one represents angel-like nature. And the red one shows the animal-like nature, lower nature, which drags us to useless activities. So how do we strengthen the angel-like nature? So when our mind is healthy, our body is healthy, everything is healthy. So you see, the mind goes by instinct. Here the boy is considering to jump off, you see here. Wouldn't it be nice to jump? Mind is saying, just jump and forget the life, it says. But what the intelligence is saying, it hurt a lot last time when you fell from the bed. Now jumping from here could kill you. So intelligence goes by reason, mind goes by emotion, you see. In America, one boy was driving his bike, his cap flew off. He parked the bike in the side and he ran behind the cab. So tell me, should he be looking at the cab or should he look at the fastly moving traffic? What do you think? Traffic, isn't it? Because running behind the cab could claim his life. But watching the traffic could save his life, isn't it? Because the cab can always be procured. You don't have to worry about the cab too much. Similarly, here you see, the example is given of 5 horses which represent our 5 senses. Our eyes, ears, nose, tongue and skin. And the ropes represent our mind and the driver is the intelligence. So intelligence is driver, ropes is the mind, horses are the senses. So now if the driver is strong, here the driver is not strong. You can see, look at the driver's situation. Most people are suffering like this nowadays. But if the driver is strong, then he can control the ropes. When he controls the ropes, he can control the horses. Like this. You can see here. In Katha Upanishad, this example is given. Horses are the 5 senses. Then the ropes are the mind. Driver is intelligence. The passenger is the soul. So you are the soul, the one who is resident of this body. So if you want to make choices in life wisely, then we have to have an intelligence which can do discrimination very nicely. First you should know how to discriminate, what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad. So when we talk about bad habit, what do we call as bad habit? Bad habits are those habits which are detrimental for your body, mind and soul. As simple as that. For example, somebody is putting a cigarette into the mouth. So cigarette causes lung cancer. Tobacco causes ulcers in the mouth. Liquor causes liver cirrhosis. And promiscuous relationship between man and woman, and that causes all kinds of sexually transmitted diseases. You name any one of these activities, they all have bad consequences. That is why they are called bad habits, because they are going to hurt you, harm you. First thing is, these activities don't come free. Everybody spends money for these activities. Secondly, after you spend money and purchase these items to consume, nowadays the drugs are coming even in like vaping, or these drugs, they come in a very attractive form. The flavor may be very nice, the mint may be very nice to eat. It looks like a chocolate, but then we are actually putting some substance which is a poison. It is going to slowly kill you, little by little, kill you and addict you. And many youths are being cheated with these things. So the first thing is you spend money for it. Second thing, after you spend money for it, you are getting suffering. And the third thing you will find is doctor's bill. Because when you suffer, you will go to doctor. Then you will have to spend for the doctor's bill. And the fourth thing is police involvement will come. Most of these activities. You drink and drive, there is an accident. You will see that. All these activities. So in this way, therefore we call them as bad activities. Why we call certain activities as bad activities? Because they are not good. They are not going to favor you in any way. They only ruin your body, mind and soul. And that is why when the intelligence goes by reasoning, even though the mind is finding it very tempting, very attractive, you can tell the mind, no, this is not good for you. This is unnecessary. It's like giving money and purchasing pain. Is it not true? It's like go to somebody, say, I give you 100 rupees, please slap me. Please take it. It's like that. You are giving money and purchasing suffering. So therefore one has to use the intelligence The more you study literatures like Mahabharata, Ramayana, like Gita, Bhagavatam, we learn a lot of things, what is right, what is wrong. It becomes very easy to understand. Strengthen your intelligence, which is the driver to keep the ropes of your mind and senses, horses under control. So, till now I was telling you about, the choices, right and wrong choices, everything. And the second part, what I am going to tell you now will be very helpful. This is where you are going to gain control in your life. You have many resources. God has given you a mind and a body. Mind is for storing your desires. Body is for executing the desires. Say, for example, I have a desire to play piano. That's stored in the mind. Then I go to the market, buy a piano and I play it. That is done by the body. So you store your desires and you execute your desires. So you are the self or the soul. See, self-awareness means you are able to look at yourself and know, if each of you, I ask you to take a paper and pen and write down, what are some of your habits you have? What are some good habits you have and what are some bad habits you have? You should be able to observe yourself. If you cannot observe yourself so well, you can ask your friends, they will happily tell you what are your problems. Many of your friends, they give you peer feedback. And also there are your superiors who also are observing you. So when you write down, that is called a self-awareness. You become aware of yourself. And then what you do is self-management. Self-management is the stage of modifying your behavior. Like in case any one of you have come to know that you are postponing things always. Okay, from tomorrow onwards I will not postpone. If any of you feel that you are sleeping too much, night you sleep 8 hours and day you sleep 5 hours. If you found out, okay, I will reduce my sleep. I'm just giving an example, correct now? In this way, self-awareness, self-management. Then social awareness, relationship management. Social awareness means after you know yourself, then you can start knowing others around you. Like, this person behaves like this, that person behaves like that. In order to, tomorrow if you are a team leader, for example, you have a dozen people in your team, you need to know who is fast, who is slow, who will get irritated, who is cool-headed, who can given a heavy load, who should be given a light load, who is capable, who is not so capable. That is called social awareness. With that, you can do relationship management. See here, these fellows have lost a flight. They came a little late to the airport. So this fellow is sobbing. Somebody may be sobbing like this, that he lost the flight. See, this fellow is wild. He's very angry. Why the flight went away? I just came on time. Some people come and argue in the airport. Sir, the flight is still there. There are 20 minutes for the flight to take off. Allow me to go. They will say, no. Before half an hour, we don't allow. Correct, no? So this fellow is picking up quarrel with them. You see? He says, I have very important business meet. I have to go, and all that he says. And there are others. Others who take it cool, you see. The same situation. 3 different people are taking it differently. That's why you are going to understand now about 3 types of personalities I am going to share with you just now. See, he says, Krishna says in the Gita, Dukkeshva nudignamanaha sukheshu vigataspruhaha vitaraga bhaya krodasthitadhir muniruchyate. One who is not disturbed in mind, even amidst threefold miseries. Threefold miseries means miseries from your body and mind, miseries from other living beings, like sometimes your colleagues, sometimes other people trouble you, sometimes even some pickpocketers trouble you, or snakes and mosquitoes can trouble you. That is the second one. Third one is miseries from the natural calamities, like earthquakes and tsunamis and all that. So one who is not disturbed by any of this, whether one gets A grade or F grade, one is balanced, because one knows life is a game where sometimes you succeed, sometimes you fail. But at the end of life, you will see your situation is same as at the beginning of your life. Like we all come in this world as a baby, and we die in this world as an old man or old woman. But our hands are empty while coming in and while going out. In between, we get plus minus, so many success failures. So we don't bother about it too much, because this lifespan is a short flash of time in a span of eternity. And we keep on taking bodies over and over. So one is actually a man of steady mind by that. So here is self-awareness. You see, when you do self-awareness, then you will start wanting to improve yourself. Or sorry, see this one. Do you think this fellow is having social awareness? He is scolding that fellow. See the fellow behind. Look at his face. What do you understand? That fellow is thinking, today he is scolding him, tomorrow he may scold me. Correct, no? Similarly, you see here, that lady, I think she's having fun, I think, by seeing this fellow getting taunted. So in this way, you will see that this way people, when they lack social awareness, see here is a leader with social awareness. He is understanding. Even if a subordinate is incompetent, he gives him an opportunity to get training and then get better. So, these are 5 things Lord Krishna says in the Gita. If we do, we can cultivate a calm mind. These are 5 secrets. This is given, if you want to know this verse number, Bhagavad Gita 17th chapter 16th verse. You can go back and read if you want. Manaprasadham yatmam maunam atmavinigraha bhavasam shuddhirityetat tapap manasam uchyate. Satisfaction, silence, simplicity, self-control, sanctification. These 5 things, go through it leisurely and cultivate it. Your life would be a lot more different. So I've shown many things here. Self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship management. So I have finished the 2 parts. Now I can take some questions from you if you wish to ask me. Or if you want to do this test, it's a self-test for you. There are 20 questions in this to know your own personality. I can put this. So which one you prefer? Let's take a vote. So how many of you wish to ask me some questions based on what you heard till now? If you want to ask questions, yeah. So we have, okay, please give her a mic. Yeah. Mic is available. Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Right, yeah.
Sir, actually, I want to know that you told a person should be free of attachment and all of the other emotions. For example, if we get A or F,
Correct.
we should be stable in our mind and heart.
Yeah.
So, sir, how?
There is a reason for that. I'll tell you the reason. Have you played the game trade? You call it trade or business? You know that? How many of you played the game trade? You played it? Yeah. I also still remember in my 5th standard we used to play a lot of 500 rupee notes, 1000 rupee notes, 2000, all those things. You just stack it. He's a director. Welcome, sir. Thank you. I know you had a very important meeting today.
Yeah, today was a PMO special meeting. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Our director sir had a very important international meeting today. He has been in a rush. He still came and joined us. Let us give him a big round of applause. So, I am just answering the questions now. Yeah. Now, if I get a A grade or a F grade, or if I get success or failure, how can I take it equally? That's the question. So, in response to that, you want to add to that? Yeah.
How do we add motivation to achieve goal if we are stable?
That's the second part of the question.
Yes, sir.
The second part of the question, yeah. Now, for example, one girl gave a NEET exam and she couldn't crack it. So, she ate rat poison and died. Because she thought, if I crack the exam, I am great. If I couldn't crack it, I am useless. So, she committed suicide. So, most of the youth suicides in even this Kota, Rajasthan also, children are told that you have to make it into IIT. If you couldn't make it, you are gone. Then they commit suicide. A lot of suicides are happening like that. So, the very first step of our question is your first question. First question is, when we get failure or success, how can we see it equally? Right now. In response to that, I was telling you, we have been playing this trade business game where sometimes, we stack the rupee notes, which are all fake notes, we all know very well, And we used to play for 3 hours or 4 hours sometimes. Keep on playing, stacking money. And after that, you keep the game aside and go with your regular routine of life. Now, when we grow up, now also we are calculating the currency in life also, correct, no? Lakhs of rupees, crores of rupees we count. But at the time of death, our bank balance remains in the bank and we leave it and go, correct, no? So it's very similar to trade game only. Trade game is a 4-5 hours game. This is a 40-50 years game. That's all. You understand the difference? So if our life is like a game, Shakespeare says this. Our life is like a drama stage and we all are like actors. We'll play a role in this life, and afterwards when we quit, then we are given another role later. Correct, no? So when we see life like a game, then you are ready to accept success and failure. Sometimes you succeed, sometimes you fail. Another time again you may succeed. So from failures we have to learn a good lesson. When I commit a mistake, so let me learn from the mistake and let me not commit the same mistake over and over again. I can commit a mistake, but it should be a new mistake, not the old one. Because the old one already have learned a lesson. That should be like that. And then we go on with life. That's just like Thomas Alva Edison said, people say I committed 2,000 mistakes, but I made 2,000 inventions. Correct, no? Every time he committed a mistake, he did some. He said I came to understand something from that. So that's the first part of your question. Now the second part of the question, how can we have a motivation when we are doing work? If you are going to think about, what is there in life, it's all just a game, if you think like that. Yes, that's a very important question. Therefore, we should go to the root of all knowledge. You see, energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Energy disappearing in one form, reappears in another form without any loss or gain. All of you know this law of conservation of energy. Correct, no? We talk about energy. In the same manner, we are all spiritual energy. The spiritual energy follows the same law. The spiritual energy can neither be created nor destroyed. When spiritual energy leaves one body, it reappears in another body. And we are going to be reborn again and again. Now the question can be asked, why is the soul again and again reborn in different type of bodies? So Lord Krishna says answer to this question in Bhagavad Gita. He says, Shariram yadavapnoti yachapyutramati ishvaraha grihit paitani samyati vayu gandha nivashayat. Just like a wind carries the aromas, fragrance, sometimes durvasana or sugandhavasana, it carries. Similarly, the soul is covered by a mind. In the mind, we have unfulfilled desires. And the mind carries the soul to the next body. We fulfill those desires. Some more unfulfilled desires may remain, then we fulfill the third one. In this way, the soul is moving from one body to another. And as he is moving, that is not his original nature. His original nature is a spiritual plane. And this is material plane. Spiritual plane, the water is pure when the rainwater comes. But when it touches the ground, it becomes muddy. Correct, no? Similarly, we all are originally pure, in the original pure state, what we call as Vaikuntha, we call it. This is called Kuntha, we call it. So the original state, we are all happy, very similar to God's nature. God's nature and the soul's nature is divine, completely. That's the stage of Anandamaya. From that stage, when you come to this world, the envelope has come over the mind, which is the envelope has come over the soul. And in that mind, every one of you sitting here, you have some desires in life, aspirations in life. So you try to fulfill it, and then by the time you fulfill it, some more desires come up. So we keep on fulfilling, but actually the soul's relationship with God is a sublime one. He is actually free from these worldly desires. Then one has to know what is spiritual desire, what is material desire. The scriptures say that just like Arjuna has a sweet loving relation with Krishna as a friend, Sudama also had a friend relationship. Yashoda had a sweet relation as a mother with Krishna, like that. Now Radha and Gopis had a relationship as a lover. So in this way, the scriptures talk about the relationship with God which exists eternally. When one comes to this world, one forgets those connections and one is enveloped by a mind. And then we get new set of desires here. Like when Srila Prabhupada was in Hawaii, he saw one boy was surfing in the water. From morning 6 to afternoon 2 o'clock, 8 hours. So Prabhupada said he's surfing in the water for 8 hours, he's playing with the water. He's preparing consciousness for becoming a dolphin. 8 hours playing in the water. Human body is not for playing in water like that. So similarly, you will find people are delighting in certain activities, and that's what brings the next bodies for them. So in this way, you take a little interest in the philosophy of life. What is soul? What is God? Why this world is created? What is the meaning of life? Your question is really brilliant, I would say, because this is leading one to thinking about the very meaning and purpose of our existence. Our existence is to be happy. But in this world, you find people are struggling to get relief from suffering. See, for example, if I call one of the boys here and I pinch him all over the face and say, and he is feeling enormous pain and I tell him, okay, go and sit in your seat, I won't pinch you, I have not given him happiness. It is only a relief. Whereas happiness means I call someone and give them a vessel of gulab jamun or something, something to give happiness. So life is meant actually for everlasting happiness. But in this world, we are all struggling to just get relief from the suffering. Yeah. So, this way there are about 4 sections I can share the PPT with Sharbhuj Prabhu. This test you all take it yourself, this test of your personality. Following that would be the 3 gunas, Sattva-guna, Raja-guna, Tama-guna. You start very beautifully in this. You will see that. And then once you learn that, then you get an idea what is Sattva and how to come to Sattva. Like your question, what you asked now is actually a very good platform for people to think in terms of, because Sattva is a plane where you have the command over your mind and your senses. You can actually decide in your life, okay, I want to do this, you can do that. I don't want to do this, you will not do it. You have full command over your senses and your mind. Then you are a free bird and you are happy. You are like a bird which is released from the cage. You are flying in the free sky. You will get that type of freedom. But in a current stage of youth nowadays, they are made slaves by many bad habits. I don't have to tell you, you know better than me. You are living with the youths of today, you are seeing. So if you want to gain freedom from those ropes which are tying you, you can learn further steps, a couple of more sections which I will share with Sharbhuj. You can share with all of them. You can put in the group. And I thank our director sir and all the faculty members for giving me an opportunity. So I speak, this is, you will find in the YouTube, you can find any particular thing you are looking for. Say you are looking for focus. You just put focus Radheshyamdas, you will get some 3-4 lectures you will get. You are looking for mind, you put mind or you put concentration, you will get. And there are much more information you will get. And that's also a website, Radheshyamdas.com, where you will get many lectures like this, similar to this. Okay? Thank you all very much.
Thank you so much, Toby, for this very enlightening words. Just in the interest of time, we have to cut short. But of course, we'll definitely find another time when we can have a more detailed presentation from you. So, and our students can benefit more. So, we thank you again for the talk, sir. Let me formally welcome our director, sir, Mr. Rajiv Mahudha. We have been in touch with sir and sir was very excited to be part of this program. And because I had some very so thank you, sir. Thank you so much for coming here and giving us your valuable time. We will quickly do the certificate distribution for our Guru Visa certificate course that we had in the last semester. What we'll do in the interest of time, we can invite two students to come. Yes. Sir, if you would kindly speak something. Thank you.
So, good afternoon. And first of all, I would like to thank especially Radheshyam to come here and to enlighten to our students. Actually, yesterday I was in Delhi and I already mentioned about this course actually. So they were very impressed, and then I told them that in Bhagavad Gita course we are giving 2 credit course. So we are going to have another meeting. I was just telling IIT Ropar is organizing on 30th and 1st of August, and where we talk about IKS, and Telecom is here, and we will take the civil engineering for IKS as one of the topic which we will develop at IIT Ropar, and then it will be spread in other IITs also. And I told him that already there that we are giving these courses, and then we are taking our student to Kshetra also. So they were very impressed that this should be the way the course should be taught, that you can show them those historical sites also of India. So when you are giving the course, so this will be create a new kind of interest among our students. And since some of you have joined very recently IIT Ropar, and this kind of course will help you actually, I tell you, in your study also. And the peace of mind is very important, and that's what Bhagavad Gita gives you, the peace of mind. And you can concentrate more on your research or your courses or your study. So this is a good initiative, and we have now Center for Holistic Development also, and where HS department is also involved, especially for the Muslim. Parvinder is also involved in that one. And this is the first Pan IIT center which is developed by Wheel Foundation, which is a Pan IIT foundation. They are putting in first time in India this kind of center, and you will have not only listen to that, but you will also have time to interact with your Pan IITs, because in IITs are developing because of our alumni, and when you will work with the alumni with their support, it will be a win-win situation for you also in your career development. So I will not take much of your time, and thank you sir आपके दोनों के लिए आने के लिए. सर तो आते रहते हैं, but you came first time. And we will be doing this kind of event more often, and I can see that when I ask you, so many students are here. So it's a good start, I can tell you actually. It means we are going in the right direction. With that I stop here, and thank you again, and Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you so much, sir, for your enlightening words. It's all because of your leadership that we are having such kind of programs here at IIT Ropar. I would request Amritesh ji to please felicitate director sir with a bouquet.
आ गया ना?